Hello everyone, welcome back to my class. This is Romana Ali. I hope you all are doing great. In today's class, we are going to discuss about human excretory system. In the last session, we have already seen what are the different parts that are included as our excretory system. Now in today's class, let us recall all that parts that are present in our body as our excretory system. We know that a pair of kidneys are present in our body. Left kidney and right kidney is present. So a pair of kidneys are found in our excretory system. And besides this, you can find a gland which is present over both the kidneys. We call that gland as adrenal gland. The blood which is going to enter into our kidneys, it is coming through the arteries. The artery which carries the blood to the kidneys, that is called as renal artery. After the blood purification, the blood which is present in the kidneys, it is taken by the veins which are called as renal vein. After the purification of blood, that is after the formation of urine in both the kidneys, that urine is passed on to the tube-like structures, and these tube-like structures are called as ureters, and here a pair of kidneys are present. So to both the kidneys, one tube is going to attach. You can see the presence of one tube attached to each kidney. So in this way, a pair of ureter is also present, and this tube opens into a sac-like organ. We call this organ as urinary bladder. In this urinary bladder only the urine gets stored. It is the storage place for the urine. This urinary bladder opens into a final opening. We call this opening as urethra. So, in our excretory system, a pair of kidneys are present. A pair of ureter is found that opens into the urinary bladder, and the final opening is urethra. These are the different parts of our excretory system. Let us move to the other topic, that is location and dimensions of kidney. So where do we find this kidney? Where the kidneys are located? Our kidneys are located in the abdominal cavity, not just beside the stomach or below the intestine, but it is located in the dorsal side of our abdominal cavity. In the dorsal side of the abdominal cavity, you can find your kidneys. So if this is your abdominal cavity like this, which is extended towards your back, so this is how the kidneys are located in the dorsal side of your abdominal cavity. This is about the location of your kidney. When we talk about the dimensions of kidney, then dimensions include the length, it includes the thickness and also the width of our kidney. The length of our kidney is 10 to 12 centimeter. So the length of our kidney is 10 to 12 centimeter. The width of our kidney is 5 to 7 centimeter. And when we see the thickness, is having some density, our kidneys are some denser, so it is having some thickness. So the thickness of our kidney is measured as 2 to 3 centimeter. These are the dimensions: 10 to 12 centimeter of length, 5 to 7 centimeter of width, and the thickness of our kidney is 2 to 3 centimeter. These are the different measurements or the different dimensions of our kidney. Now, here you can see a depression. In both the kidneys, the depression is present. We call this depression as hilum. Hilum is a depression that is present in both the kidneys. So, entry and exit of blood vessels is possible due to the presence of this depression, which we call it as hilum. So hilum is a depression that is found in both of our kidneys, and it acts as an entry and exit of the different blood vessels. Renal artery and renal vein can be attached to the kidneys through this hilum only, and even a pair of ureters are also found. That ureters can also attach to this depression. So it acts as an entry and exit of different blood vessels, ureter, and even the different nerves. So hilum is the depression which acts as an entry and exit of blood vessels, ureters, and nerves. This is about the location and dimensions of kidney, and when we talk about its shape, then it is in bean shaped. You might have seen the shape of a bean. So it is exactly like the bean, which shows the depression in the central portion, right? And the color of our kidney is reddish brown. All these things explains the external structure of a kidney, like its length, its breadth or width, its thickness we have seen, and even we have seen the presence of hilum, through which the different blood vessels, nerves and ureters can enter into our kidneys and can have an exit. And the shape of our kidney is bean shaped and it is in reddish brown color. So these all characteristic features explains the external structure of the kidney. Now we are going to see the internal structure of kidney. What are the things that are present inside our kidney? One more point about our kidney is given, and that is kidney is retroperitoneal. What do you mean by this term, retroperitoneal? In the last sessions, I have explained you that this is our abdominal cavity. This is our coelom. Coelom is surrounded by some material. We call this covering as parietal peritoneum, and inside this parietal peritoneum only the different organs are located. The coelom is surrounded by parietal peritoneum, and inside this the different organs are present, like the stomach is present. So outside the stomach also a covering is present, but we call this covering as visceral peritoneum. As the covering is over the visceral organ, we call that covering as visceral peritoneum. But the kidneys are the organs that do not show visceral peritoneum. Instead, they are present in this portion behind the parietal peritoneum. So the kidneys are present behind the parietal peritoneum. So the word retroperitoneal is given based on this feature only. As the kidneys are present behind the parietal peritoneum, we call the kidneys as retroperitoneal. Retro is a word which means behind. So the kidneys are the organs that are located behind the parietal peritoneum. We call the kidneys as retroperitoneal. This is about the external structure of our kidney. This is about the location and dimensions of our kidneys. Now we are going to discuss the internal structure of the kidney. Let us see the internal structure of a kidney. When we cut the kidney longitudinally, this kind of structure you can see. So here the two regions are present in the kidney internally, and that regions are, the outermost region is called as cortex and the inner region is called as medulla. In this region medulla, you can see some pyramid-like structures. 15 to 20 pyramid-like structures are present in the medullary region of our kidney, and we call these structures as medullary pyramids. The cortex region which is present, it is going to be extended in between these medullary pyramids. So this cortex region, it is going to be extended in between these medullary pyramids, and we call this region, this cortex region which is present or which is extended in between two medullary pyramids, as renal column. Renal column is a region that is situated or that is located between two medullary pyramids. Now in these medullary pyramids, the purification of blood is going to happen, and after the blood gets purified, ultimately the formation of urine takes place. So after the urine gets formed in these medullary pyramids, it needs to be collected by some tubes, right? So here in this medullary region, the medullary pyramids are opening into small tubes. These are the small tubes where the medullary pyramids are opening. So these small tubes are called as minor calyx. Minor means small. So small tubes in which the medullary pyramids are opening, we call them as minor calyx. These minor calyx joining together and they leads into a region called major calyx. Minor calyx are the small tubes that opens into a large tube called major calyx, and this major calyx opens into a region called pelvis, and then pelvis finally opens into a tube which is attached to our kidney, and that tube is called as ureter. So ureter is a tube which takes the urine from the kidneys and passes that liquid waste into the urinary bladder. So this is how the different parts are present inside the kidneys. When you see the cortex, this is the outermost region of our kidney. This cortex region extended in between the medullary pyramids, and we call that region as renal column. In the medulla, in the internal region of our kidney, medullary pyramids are present, and inside the medullary pyramids, some thread-like structures are found. Because of these thread-like structures only, the blood gets purified and the urine gets formed. And we call these thread-like structures as nephrons. Nephrons are the structural and functional unit of our kidney. Without nephrons, kidneys cannot work in a proper manner. Kidneys cannot even work without nephrons. So nephrons are the structural and functional unit of our kidneys. Because of the presence of nephrons only, the blood gets purified and the formation of urine takes place. Once the urine gets formed in the medullary pyramids, it is collected by the minor calyx, which are small tubes, and then from the minor calyx, it is collected by the major calyx, then it is sent into the pelvis, and finally from the pelvis, the urine is collected by the ureters, and from the ureters it enters into the urinary bladder and then can remove out of our body through a final opening called urethra. So these are the different parts that are present internally. This is the internal structure of our kidney. When we talk about the functions of our kidney, then it includes foremost and an important function of our kidney is to remove waste out of our body, right? So it helps in removing the waste from the body. The waste, it may be nitrogenous waste, that is urea. Urea is a nitrogenous waste that is found in our body. So it can be removed out with the help of our kidneys. And besides this, creatinine is also a waste material that can be removed out with the help of our kidneys. So this is one of the functions of our kidney, that is, it helps in the process of excretion. It helps in removing the waste material out, right? The next function of our kidney is, it helps in removing the drugs from the blood. Drugs means it may be any kind of medicines. So that drugs can be detoxified in the liver. Detoxification is a process that occurs in our liver. But if in case the liver fails to detoxify the drugs which are present in our blood, then the blood, when it enters into the kidneys during the purification of blood, it helps in removing that drugs from the blood. So this is also one of the functions of our kidney. The next one is it also acts as a regulatory organ. It helps in carrying out the regulatory functions. For example, it helps in regulating ionic concentration. The concentration of ions can be maintained. The concentration of water can also be maintained. For example, if you have a lot of water, then you will urinate a lot of time. So this is how the kidneys are working in regulating the water concentration, and even it also regulates the pH of our blood. pH is nothing but hydrogen ion concentration. So the pH of blood is always neutral. It is neither acidic nor basic. It is neutral, and the pH will be 7.4. So this pH of our blood can also be maintained with the help of our kidneys. And the last function of our kidney is endocrine, involves in carrying out the endocrine activity. Endocrine means it's a gland which secretes hormones. So kidney is an organ that acts as a gland that secretes the different hormones. For example, it secretes erythropoietin, which is an important chemical for the formation of red blood cells. So erythropoietin is a chemical that is secreted by the gland which is found in our kidneys, and that gland is responsible for helping in, that gland is responsible to form a chemical called erythropoietin, and erythropoietin is an important hormone which helps in the production of red blood cells. So this is how it also involves in carrying out the endocrine activity. These are some of the important functions of our kidneys. So it helps in removing waste out of our body, it helps in the removal of drugs from the blood, it also involves in the different regulatory functions and also acts as an endocrine gland. So this is about the internal structure of our kidney and also some of its functions. We have seen that the structural and functional unit of kidneys are nephrons. Nephrons are very small in size. We cannot see the nephrons with our naked eye. It is microscopic. So in the next session, I am going to explain you the structure of our nephron. That's all for today. Meet you next class. Thank you.